Do you ever get the feeling you're being watched? Like eyes are on you, studying you from the shadows? You turn around, but it's just your imagination playing tricks again. But what if it isn't? What if there are things lurking in our world that we aren't meant to see? Things that stalk us, hunt us, and somehow remain hidden from our sight. Welcome back. I'm here, and today we're going to talk about one of the most terrifying creatures that has never been documented by science. Some call it the empty hunter. Others refer to it as the invisible predator or the silent stalker. Whatever you call it, one thing is certain. It's a nightmare brought to life. This story originates deep within the Amazon, where the ancient trees hold secrets older than time itself. For centuries, the local tribes have told stories of a presence in the rain, something that moved unseen, snatching unsuspecting wanderers from the safety of their groups. It was described as a humanoid shape, but without a face, a formless void that seemed to suck the very life essence out of its victims. These chilling accounts were passed down through generations, each retelling adding another layer of dread to the legend. But modern science scoffed at these tales, dismissing them as superstitious nonsense. How could anything exist that we couldn't see, hear, or touch? It was easier to believe that the jungle itself was playing tricks on the mind, creating phantoms out of thin air. But what if the truth is stranger than fiction? In 2023, a team of researchers set out into the heart of the Amazon to document the biodiversity of the region. They trekked through dense undergrowth, their path illuminated by the slivers of sunlight that dared to pierce the canopy above. Armed with cutting-edge technology, including thermal cameras, they hoped to capture images of elusive creatures that had never before been seen by human eyes. But they weren't prepared for what they would find. Their thermal cameras detected a movement in the foliage, a shape that shouldn't have been possible. There in the center of their camera's range was a humanoid-shaped void. It was like staring into a black hole, an absence of heat where there should have been a creature. And then just as quickly as it appeared, it vanished into the emerald labyrinth. The footage they captured was grainy and distorted, but one thing was clear: they had witnessed the impossible, a creature that seemed to defy the laws of nature itself. And when they checked their instruments, they realized the source of this chilling discovery was still there. The temperature around the entity was around -40°C, which was enough to freeze flesh almost instantly. They tried to approach it, but it was like chasing a mirage. The closer they got, the colder it became until their equipment began to fail. They had stumbled upon something that was literally freezing their reality. But that wasn't the end of their horrifying journey. As they retreated, shaken but determined to understand what they'd seen, they came across something even more disturbing. Local villagers spoke of a similar sighting, a creature that had taken two men from their camp, leaving behind only a heavy silence where laughter had echoed just moments before. This wasn't just a random event. It was part of a pattern that stretched back decades. People disappearing without a trace, only to be found days later, miles away, and seemingly untouched, except for their eyes, which held a chilling emptiness, as if they had gazed upon something beyond human comprehension. But perhaps the most unsettling detail was that the men had vanished from locked tents. Their companions accounted for, their gear intact, yet the men themselves gone. The jungle had claimed them, leaving behind no signs of struggle, no footprints, no broken branches, nothing. Yet the villagers' stories didn't end there. They spoke of a faint clicking sound that preceded the attacks, a metallic temps in the air, like wet copper. The ground around the empty hunters' supposed hunting grounds bore strange impressions, as though something massive had landed there. And most terrifying of all, the eyewitnesses reported seeing the monster's eyes, glowing orbs that burned with an eerie light in the darkness. These eyewitness accounts paint a picture of a creature that is both terrifying and mysterious. It seems to move with supernatural speed and agility, capable of snatching its prey from the safety of their camps. The clicking sound adds a layer of auditory horror, creating a sense of impending doom. The metallic scent of blood further emphasizes the creature's predatory nature, and those glowing eyes serve as a chilling reminder of the unseen danger that lurks in the shadows. And while the legends and local folklore speak of a humanoid void, the lack of physical evidence and the inconsistent descriptions leave room for multiple interpretations. Could it be a single creature with unique abilities, a pack of predators working together, or something else entirely? With every new piece of information, the mystery deepens, keeping us on the edge of our seats and desperate for answers. That brings us to the recent military reports that have surfaced, shedding new light on this cryptic phenomenon. According to leaked documents, Special Forces units have also encountered the same anomaly during jungle operations. Their infrared scopes caught brief distortions in the foliage, patches of unnatural cold moving against the wind. These observations align with the civilian accounts, bolstering the credibility of these unsettling events. The military's use of advanced technology adds a layer of authenticity to the narrative, suggesting that this isn't merely a figment of the imagination. However, the military transcripts contain one repeated phrase that chills me to the bone: engaging unseen hostile. It reveals the gravity of the situation, highlighting the danger posed by this enigmatic entity. The fact that soldiers are unable to identify the source of the threat underscores the creature's elusive nature and raises questions about its origins and motivations. Reports have also surfaced of unusual animal deaths in areas where the empty hunter has been sighted. Locals have found dead animals, particularly birds, with injuries that cannot be explained by any known predator. Their bodies bear strange markings, as though they had been branded with burning hot metal. Such injuries suggest a level of violence and sophistication that points to a highly evolved predator. But what exactly are they dealing with? Could it be an undiscovered species of primate with advanced hunting techniques? Or is it something more sinister? A creature from another realm that defies our understanding of biology and evolution? The unsettling thought of an unknown species existing undetected for so long sends shivers down my spine. The idea that there are parts of our world we haven't even begun to understand is both fascinating and terrifying. Biologists theorize that it's an apex predator, possibly a primate, which has evolved to become invisible to human perception. This theory suggests that over millions of years, it has mastered the art of camouflage, becoming one with the environment. Its skin may have developed the ability to perfectly reflect light, making it virtually undetectable. Moreover, its hunting cry could operate at frequencies that are imperceptible to humans, paralyzing its prey without warning. The thought of such a creature existing and hunting humans is truly terrifying. Perhaps the scariest aspect of this theory is the notion that the empty hunter is learning. Recent cases point to a disturbing pattern. People taken from locked tents without a sound. Trail cameras stolen without triggering motion sensors. The creature is evolving its hunting strategies, becoming more cunning and resourceful. It's as if it's studying human behavior and exploiting our weaknesses. But why? What drives this creature to hunt humans? Is it simply a matter of survival, seeking sustenance from the most readily available source? Or is there something more sinister at play? Does it take pleasure in the hunt, reveling in the fear and helplessness of its prey? Maybe the answer lies somewhere in between. Perhaps it's a combination of instinct, necessity, and pure evil. Whatever the reason, the consequences are dire. The empty hunter poses a serious threat to anyone who dares venture into its territory. It's a grim reminder of the dangers that lurk in the shadows and the importance of respecting the boundaries of the natural world. If you find yourself exploring the wilderness, keep these stories in mind. Be aware of the signs. Listen to the whispers of the jungle, and never wander alone. In the heart of the Amazon, the legend of the empty hunter serves as a chilling reminder that sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones we never see. But if you do encounter the click of its footsteps, remember this: you are not the intended victim. The jungle is its domain, and you are merely a visitor. Tread carefully, respect its boundaries, and perhaps you will return home with your life and sanity intact. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. And if you're watching this at night, turn on some lights, because this isn't some cryptid myth. It's a living nightmare that's been hunting humans since before we walked upright. And with deforestation pushing it into new territories, it's coming closer to civilization than ever before. If you think this sounds like fiction, check the comments. Someone always writes, "I've heard those clicks," and they're not lying. The real question isn't what this thing is, but how many are out there. Share this everywhere, because the more people know, the fewer will walk into the jungle unprepared. And if you're watching this at night, well, maybe you should turn on some lights.